Hitman 3 got announced, guys, from IO Interactive. And what I will say about that first trailer that we got was I am incredibly excited to play Hitman 3 in the next generation of consoles. And it seems like, guys, even though it's going to be coming onto the next gen consoles, that being the PlayStation 5 as well as the Xbox Series X, it's also going to be available on the Xbox One and the PS4, which is really exciting. And I think that that obviously gives those of us who aren't planning on buying the new consoles right away, which I know there's going to be a number of you out there that aren't going to buy one of the new consoles when they first come out, because a lot of times, a lot of games as they come out on, the next generation consoles, they'll also be available for at least a couple of years on the previous generation consoles, typically speaking. And with that, it also is going to be coming out on PC. And we've talked about Hitman 3 and kind of how this series is going to be one that, there's kind of some question marks here as to where they're trying to go with this story. One thing I wanted to, bring up in this first segment of the show is, will Hitman 3 be the last go around for Agent 47? Will this being Hitman 3 conclude Agent 47's story? So let's get into it. If you were to ask me, right off the bat here, guys, if you were to ask me if it was going to be the last of Agent 47's story, I would say no. I would say that they will probably continue making these games as long as it's making them money. Agent 47 and the Hitman series in particular has done incredibly well. It's built a pretty nice fan base and such. I think that we will see continuations of Agent 47's story. Now, the question is it always going to be Agent 47, or are they going to have a new agent, Agent 48, or something along those lines at some point or another? And I think that is something that very well may realistically come up. But is it going to be this soon? Is this going to conclude Agent 47? I would say no. I would say that he will probably still get some more games moving forward. It would be interesting to see him pass the torch on to another, another agent, or just another agent, like kind of comes into the fray, and we take the helm of that character. And we kind of get that, that parting gift, or that going away of Agent 47, whether that means he dies in the story or he retires, whatever it might be. I think there's a lot of ways in which that they could do it, that being IO Interactive. However, like I said, I don't think it's going to be in Hitman 3. Now, the reason why I'm even bringing this topic up in the first place is because this is Hitman 3, which technically it's not. It's actually more like Hitman 8, I believe, at this point. So with that, we've had a lot of Hitman games up to this point with Agent 47. And this being Hitman 3, this could very well round out this new trilogy of Hitman games, and they could easily enough kind of move into another character, have a new agent that comes into the fray, like I said. I feel like the fan base would be very torn about the idea of Agent 47 not being a part of this franchise anymore, or just being a side character in it. And let me give you an example. A comparison would be the Gears of War franchise, guys. This is a franchise that's gone on for quite some time now. We had the first 3 games, which were 3 incredible experiences in the Gears of War franchise. And then, of course, guys, after those 3, we got Gears of War Judgment, which was a step in the wrong direction. And then we got Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which I felt was really, a great step in the right direction. And then Gears 4. Now, up to that point, guys, in the first 3 games, we played as Marcus Phoenix, who was the main character. And he's one of a very popular video game character in all of gaming. And they passed the torch from Gears 3 to Gears 4. We saw Marcus Phoenix no longer be the main character, and his son took the helm in Gears 4, that being JD Phoenix. And then from Gears 4 to Gears 5, we saw JD pass the torch onto Kate Diaz. And so what I'm getting at here, guys, is that I was very concerned about what was going to happen with Gears 4 when we had a new character coming into the fray to take over for Marcus. And Marcus, of course, was aging in Gears 4, and same in Gears 5. Still an incredible character, but just was, obviously aging in those games. And so what I'm getting at here is that it worked out. It really did. Now, people will say, oh, we didn't like Gears 4, we didn't like Gears 5, or the direction that they're going in. But overall, guys, I think they were able to pull it off in a pretty good way. Now, I think they should have stayed with JD for a little bit longer than just one game. But what I'm getting at here is that there's nothing wrong with moving on from one character to another. Now, I think that you have to give it time. You got to make sure that, you put the right pieces in place, that it makes sense, and that the audience, or us as fans of the franchise, can accept that, hey, this is Agent 47's last go around before he kind of retires, or he's whatever might happen to him, if he gets killed, whatever it might be. I think it's important that, if you want to see the series continue in one way, shape, or form, I mean, we could say, oh yeah, it's just his story's going to go on forever. But I think that there needs to be closure on his narrative and where it's going here. So I think Hitman 3 could be a good spot to do that, but I don't know, and I don't think they're going to do that. One thing that might be interesting about Hitman 3, guys, is maybe IO Interactive decides to add in somewhere along the story, add in a side character, like a sidekick to Agent 47 that he works with in certain missions and such. And then we kind of see what we think about that other character, and then maybe eventually he takes over for Agent 47. It's hard to say, guys. We're not going to know. But when you look at all these other franchises, even games like Splinter Cell, you start seeing a little bit, as Sam Fisher kind of ages and, all of that, there comes a point in time where even the fan base says, we're kind of ready to see what happens here. We want closure on this. And I'm not saying that we're there yet with Hitman and Agent 47, but I think we might be getting close. And it just kind of proposes the question that I want to, leave with all of you, is will Hitman 3 kind of conclude Agent 47's story as the new trilogy and kind of moving us into the next generation of consoles and also the next generation of Hitman games? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And for more Hitman 3 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.